What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Hey, man.
What's going on?
Hey.
Welcome to Politicking again. I am Jorge Ruiz.
With this again. I am Lamar Mitchell, Jr.
And I'm Eric Sparks.
No, you're not. Stop lying. How you guys doing? I haven't seen you guys.
It feels like a radio program. I love it.
Well, I mean, we are talking into mics with headphones on.
Yeah. Good point.
I mean, it's a little like a cousin of it. You know?
Yeah.
I'm pretty good, man. I'm pretty good. I can't complain. I just seen you on Thursday, so. You know.
Yeah, but we didn't really talk that much. It was all about the business and the show.
I think everybody's depressed because it's getting hot.
Dude, I love it.
Everybody seems like they're in a bad mood all the time.
I'm from here, bro. I love this.
Really?
Because it thins out the traffic. People go back to their original state.
That's true.
Go back to where they belong.
They don't come out. They don't come outside.
They go back to where they came from.
Back to where they came from.
The sun to get your ass whooped out here, like for real.
God.
Like you'll be mean mugging because you got the sun in your eye. You know the look you make when you look like because the sun is your eye and it can be misinterpreted by the person that's walking in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
You're like, nigga, what the fuck you looking at?
That's exactly what I said.
Sun in my eye.
Me too.
Well, now this fist is in your eye. You know, it's just.
And then you can't be gangster walking in the middle of summer down the street because you're gonna die from dehydration.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's none of that going on.
You got to do meth to walk in.
Yeah. I went to
in the summer streets.
I went and saw Bill Burr a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about the Arizona heat and how if like somebody goes out in it and they like collapsed, you'll just be like, the sun goes down at 7, we'll get you then.
For real. For real. By that time, you cooked. Yeah. You are cooked. But guys, so we're going to talk a little bit about the politics of the WNBA and all the fucking hype that's going on.
Why? What's going on? Is there something going on?
No,
with
I
the
have
WNBA?
no idea.
I haven't heard
no
much
idea.
about what's going on, other than the savior of the WNBA finally came into the league. Other than that, I haven't heard nothing.
Yeah,
much.
she is the Jesus piece of the league. She came in like the diamonds on a black person's chain.
This is the biggest win for white people in a while, guys. So I mean, I just want to get that out there.
Come on now. Y'all done won the MVP the last 2 years, the dunk contest the last 2 years.
He's from the Eastern Bloc. That's barely white.
She's literally the only white
Still
person.
an immigrant.
She's literally the only white person in the Middle East to save the world.
For real. Is that what they were talking about, right? It's going to be a white person coming from the Middle East or Midwest, whatever you want to take it. Iowa.
Same thing.
It's going to save the league. And she is single-handedly, you know, it's kind of saving that league. I would say that they've generated more money in the last few months or a couple months than they have in the entire existence of the WNBA.
And they're flying private for the first time in 27 years.
Yeah, did you
Really?
see that?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I mean, it doesn't not about deserving. It's how much do you make
it's all
to
about
get there. It's about the money first before anything else. It doesn't matter about gender or race. It's about are you making enough money to get to where you need to be.
But you got to understand something that they used to fly commercial. I think before Dallas Mavericks coach bought the Mavericks. They weren't flying private. He's the one that created that trend. That trend of flying private. Then after that, then everybody started jumping on. You know what I mean? So what was that? Mark Cuban. I mean, he's been
like the early
20s? Early 2000s, like 20-something years. So it's not like it's something that's so big, but it is an accomplishment, I guess, when it comes to the politics of sports and shit. Like it's showing your flex. You know what I mean? Like you got a private jet. You know what I mean? So I guess that's interesting.
On the athletes half of it, it's you're traveling, playing every other day, traveling across the nation playing basketball.
Yeah.
The
plane
sport.
should be comfortable.
You should be comfortable, and especially if you're making money.
Do you think it's wall-to-wall carpet in there?
I think it's nice. I bet it's nice, dude.
I think it's yes.
I think it's wall-to-wall carpet in there.
Dude, I went to Oregon last weekend. I was middle seat both ways. You don't want to do that and then try to play basketball on the other end.
And being 6'9".
Yes, exactly.
Because
women are a lot bigger than me.
They should be able to stretch their legs in any position they feel fit.
Dude, you seen Kelsey Plum?
Yeah.
She seems cool.
Well, somebody's been on Twitter.
She's been balling. What's she been doing on Twitter?
I mean, but she's getting divorced
really?
from Darren Waller. I guess he
Yeah, she just wears like super cool outfits a lot.
And she's half dressed, half dressed, walking into the arena like with.
Yeah. She had this sick little leather jacket that just covered her tits and like basically nothing else. It was pretty cool.
See, and that's something that I want to see. Like, I like for real. If you think about it, that's a popular thing in the NBA. Like walking through the tunnel with the dope fucking women fucking clothes on. So I'd rather see women walking through the tunnel with women clothes on. You know what I mean? So that's a lot better than watching Westbrook with a see-through fucking shirt on with his nipples showing.
She definitely.
I can see that from a female.
She definitely raided Westbrook's closet, but some of the stuff is like, oh, okay.
Definitely. Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta see what y'all talking about. I can't wait till they do that. Matter of fact, I'll watch that shit and not really watch the games. No, I'll watch the games. I'll watch the games.
I actually been watching Caitlin Clark's first 3 games, but they're nationally televised now.
I used to coach back.
Does the WNBA season run like when the NBA is not playing?
I think so.
At the end
that's really smart.
Yeah, at the end of the NBA season, that's when WNBA starts.
Real hoop heads will watch.
It's wild because it's and what helped, I think, too, is the way that the NCAA women's ended not too long before they did the draft, and then they was back to playing basketball. They didn't leave, room for the hype to die down.
Right.
They rolled straight into the, season, which was smart because they were able to, with Angela Ruiz and Angel Ruiz, right? Angel Ruiz, and that hype. So they've been hyping that shit like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting to see who get an Adidas contract or Converse. Or some shit like
they've been popping up in commercials. You're like, there's been a bunch of commercials with WNBA players. You're like, these women are getting paid.
They're getting paid. Angel Reese, she was making $1 million something in her last year of LSU.
Yeah, but she was doing modeling work and doing all kinds of endorsements. And then coming with all this hype, there's going to come the unhype of a lot of what's going on. The criticism towards Caitlin Clark. A lot of it is getting a lot of it right now. It's just because she's white, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
What? Wait, you saying white people get criticized a lot or something?
I mean, most of it's well deserved, but in this case,
the thing about her though is she's a good player, a great player, and she may be like something the next Diana Taurasi. You know what I mean? When it comes to the game.
But her team is like...
But they're not really supportive. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that, but they're like 0-7, right? Or whatever.
No, they won one. They beat LA.
They were 0-6, though, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's like... She's obviously not like the Jesus Christ of like she didn't come and immediately start kicking everybody's ass.
Nobody is.
She might get there.
Nobody does that.
Right.
What they what they doing to me that is like the girls that are already in the league are actually stepping up and saying, "Hey, this is different." And they've been showing her like, "Hey, hold on now. Don't think this is fucking college where you went and played a bunch of teams that didn't have nobody, and then you finally, you know what I mean?
I watched most of her games.
This is the best of the best still. This is the best of the best.
They're roughing her up like they don't mind flying commercial.
Yeah, watching some of the fouls that Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have taken, you're like, oh, these women are jealous. These ladies got so much goddamn attention.
Yeah. Dude, hey, welcome to the league.
They're like nobody cared when we were in college.
They were fouling her like it's Detroit Pistons in the 80s kind of fouls.
Insane. For real. Yeah. Stepping over them like Iverson. And
last night, so Angel Reese, she got fouled. How Lamar fouled Larry Bird. I mean, they tackled her, took her out. It was rough.
We should just let them fight at this point.
I'm with that too.
Bring in the mud.
Fights are always fun.
Bring in the mud. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Bring in the mud.
If you go to a hockey game and there's not a fight, you leave disappointed. You're like, I can't believe nobody fought today.
He just asked if we watch hockey.
It's dope though. I do watch hockey. I do. As a black man, I watch hockey. Yes.
There's one Mexican guy in the hockey league, and that's who I watch. That's it.
They do? Oh, they got a Mexican now?
Yeah, he's from Phoenix too.
That's dope. I feel like they got a black person.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Probably not. Who cares?
Sure. The guys with the swollen eyes.
But so
my bad. Just kidding.
So also, have they Indiana? Is it Fever? Have they played Phoenix yet?
No. End of June, Phoenix goes over there.
Does Phoenix have a rookie? like
They
cool or
actually
good,
all the rookies they drafted, they cut like a week before the season started.
Now
But they got a decent team though.
They sold out, didn't they, or something like that? I heard that they
Mercury.
Yeah,
They sell it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
They have the best female player of all time.
yeah.
They have the white
because
mamba.
they did have Brittany Griner and they had Diana Taurasi that by far probably
I saw
was
a video of Brittany Griner topless shooting threes and
like with her titties out.
she didn't have any. It was kind of weird.
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, she got to.
I'll send it to you, dog. I need to
Send it
get
to
off
me.
Twitter.
Send it to me. If you
got
need
really
any
into-
WNBA porn, get it from fucking Eric Sparks.
I don't think
Get
that
it
was
from
her.
Eric Sparks.
I promise it was. I
Damn,
promise.
I don't think so.
that's wild.
It wasn't Larry Fitzgerald, Jorge. He can't shoot threes that
You
good.
sure? Because it seemed like
They
that
do look
transition
alike. They do
in and
look
out of the
alike.
league seems suspect.
You're watching the the NBA G League warm ups. Like, is that Brittany Griner? Like, this. You need to calm down.
That is wild. But I like women's basketball. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I coach
watch it.
basketball.
I watch it.
I've felt that like girl players were a lot smarter when it came to the game than dude players. Unfortunately, they ain't got that many tall women. But it's changing now. It's changing. Like I know players that literally their parents are over 6'4". And then now these kids are freaking 7 foot. You know. I know. So eventually, that's going to start transition. Matter of fact, I seen a girl on Instagram. She was 6'8", thick as hell, tall fucking glass of water. I had to look up on my phone at how tall she was. Like she was fucking and beautiful.
I know.
And I was like, damn, that's somebody I marry because that's a business transaction. And I also see love.
My kid's gonna be tall as hell.
Yeah,
dog.
I see love. I
had
see
this-
it developing.
I had that as
the
an
kid
idea.
that I'm developing for the NBA. Like,
I had that as a premise for a bit. Like, it's like I wonder how NBA players choose their wives because it's
they
like
really do.
because it's like you shouldn't go for the hottest woman if you're an NBA player. You should go for the tallest woman you're attracted to.
I think
Bro, love and basketball. Love and basketball. Find somebody else that can that's limber like that. That got the side to side, good knees. Like you got to pay
Good
attention
knees.
to all of that shit. You really do. Did she tear her meniscus in fucking in high school? You know what I mean? You need to go back and see how healthy she
need your
is
health
as well.
record,
Like,
yeah.
let me see this shit. Oh, you had a partial tear? Yeah, I don't know about that. You know?
this
Yeah.
breeding technique you guys are talking about was invented by Eric's people about 300 years ago.
eugenics, nigga, eugenics.
And it's just
My
history
Eric's people.
history's just repeating
I
itself
think
now.
slavery started way longer than 300 years ago.
I said the breeding technique, not
Okay.
slavery.
Where's Eugene at? Eugene, Oregon?
Oh yeah,
Eugenics.
Yeah, we're all about eugenics.
it's all coming full circle for Eric's life right now.
Right? Shit.
It is a hilariously white town.
Yeah.
Like,
It sounds. I mean, Eugene.
like embarrassingly white.
do they even have a hood up there?
No.
Exactly.
We should go create one. That should be dope.
Let me
as
know how
fuck.
that goes.
Yeah, not good.
You probably won't. Like it'll take some years to really get a hood out there. Like
Portland's got some areas, but definitely not Eugene.
You're like, I don't go there.
that's fucking funny.
Wow.
That is funny. But yeah,
But when's the last time you guys been to a? Have you been to a WNBA game before?
I haven't.
You haven't, Lamar? You been?
I used to back in the day when we used to get free tickets when they first. Like from because when my kids was at the
Somebody paid me,
YMCA,
I would go.
they would give us free tickets. That was like in 2000. My son was 5. Right, that was about 2003. 2003.
20
Yeah,
years, 20-ish years ago.
Yeah.
I'd be down to go. My grandma wants to go to a game because
Uh-oh.
like she wants to go watch basketball, but she doesn't want to go when it's like super crowded.
Yeah, that's
She's like the WNBA game.
Well,
might
she
be
should have went in
probably-
2003.
she should have went in 2003.
It's gonna be a little more crowded now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because the Mercury, like I've gone to tons of Mercury games, paid for tickets, and they get.
Aren't you woke?
It's
I know. Like, you see how he said that?
I'm not even woke.
Like, he flexed on me. I
support my Phoenix
supporting him. That's the thing. He just wanted to be the hero before it really get on. Look, I told y'all that I've been going.
Listen, back in 2003, I had an extra $3 to buy 3 tickets. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
But they get good crowds at the Mercury.
With the can
donate some
Sprite.
food. Donate a couple cans of food and get into a Mercury game.
And get a free ticket to Six Flags. Like, you get both.
It's a win-win. But they get good crowds. I mean, it's a fun. You'll have the male restroom all to yourself. So it's really,
that's weird. Yeah, that's wild.
You remember that? Yeah, you just walk in the bathroom like nobody.
You can literally jack off at halftime and don't get caught. Like, ain't nobody worried about it.
There, I might.
You got your legs all comfortably out and shit. Like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, if Kelsey Plum's there, he's not making it to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm not making it to halftime. I'll tell you that.
You guys are misogynistic. I can't believe I'm so woke right now.
Yeah, you're the wokest member of this podcast.
Yeah, he's the one that wanted to start the fucking podcast. It's weird.
You guys are weird.
That's weird.
But I suggest going to a game.
If this got popular enough that we got in trouble, I would consider it a success. Yeah. Like if we got canceled,
people ever start listening to this?
We did it.
The thing is, why would you cancel us? We are called Politicking. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we gonna talk about shit that's
and honestly,
gonna be a little.
None of this has anything to do with politics. So what are you even gonna get mad at? What?
Not
really.
There's politics and everything.
It's politics and everything.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know what that word means.
Politics.
Yeah, whatever.
Politics.
We're literally talking about
prison.
I thought
politics.
it meant like government.
Yeah, you know what? So when we did start the podcast, it was just me and Jorge. And we just felt like we needed a white person to kind of really, really go against what we say.
The Woods.
I try to lean into it.
So we never explained it to him.
The Woods delegation said, if you're going to do your podcast here, we need to have a white guy. So we had to bring in a Wood.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. They did send a kite to Jorge and told him.
Yeah.
So politicking can be anything. Like, you even have, talking, like in the black fucking sense, it's talking to people. I'll be politicking with my homies, talking with my homies.
Yeah.
And then you have this side of just this politics and everything. So you got prison politics, you got NBA politics where you talk about, you got politics at work, all of the bullshit.
You got comedy politics.
The comedy politics, the comedy and politics. So the whole thing is just to talk about the politics and everything.
Awesome.
So the politics.
And what's a big part of politics?
So now he's like, all right, that makes sense. I guess we have been talking about the politics of the WNBA.
And then what's a big part of politics is nepotism. And what's the biggest nepotism in sports going on right now?
Yeah.
LeBron James' son.
LeBron James' son. Yeah, that's fact. So you have the transition of a player who was birthed into the NBA damn near. Like, this kid was birthed into the NBA.
He's
NBA groomed all the way up into today, to basically
he grew up
go
in
into the NBA. And you have, his dad who, is arguably, and I'm going to argue with you, the best player that's ever played the game.
Top 3.
Top 3, yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah, what?
I mean, he's all-time leading scorer, and then, he's played 20 years, steroid-free, allegedly. And then, he's... one of the greatest players of all time, one of the greatest athletes of all time. Not just basketball players, one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Like, you see the politics there. Like, you see this kid being groomed to basically get put on a team. The hype around him right now in the combine, he's jumping higher than this guy. He's hit this many threes. He's done this. He's done that. And then you see the announcement, I think by the management for LeBron, Rich Paul, that he's going to be a free agent this season. So it's like you see all of this transpiring, whether it will or whether it won't. But it's like, now I am an option. Whoever picks my son up,
right.
The possibility of me going to your team is there.
And LeBron started that 2 years ago when he said, I just want to play at least 1 year with my son in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So whoever drafts him, I'll make it happen, basically.
So it's like that's a nice fucking deal right there. You got the young, youthful kid who's not bad. You know what I mean? Of course, he's not going to live up to fucking his dad's hype. That's fucking hard.
It's impossible.
That's impossible. So if we take that out of the equation, is he a good player? Can he hold his own in the NBA? Quite possible.
Is he a bench player in the NBA?
Can he be a bench player? Can he be a significant role player? Now, he can be a significant role player. That's a possibility. You know, so you get a young, significant role player that can play for the Suns, because that's what
that's the rumor right now.
You know, or somebody like that. But you have somebody like that, and then his dad, who's still probably top 5 in the NBA, still at
now he went from greatest to top 3 to top 5.
I'm just saying, like
top 10
currently right now.
Oh, right. You think he's top 5 right now?
Yeah. I mean, he's still putting
close,
up some good numbers. He's still putting up some good numbers, and he adds a significant. He adds to his team. Like if you take, him out of the. Didn't they make the playoffs?
No, they lost.
They did lose. They lost in the play-in.
Yeah.
But I mean, shit,
I get he's 40, but you know.
They got there, you know.
They got swept in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Who did they play first round?
Was it New Orleans?
No, it was
because they played somebody. They made it to the playoffs.
No, they didn't. They lost in the play-in.
They didn't lose in the
play-in.
They
got swept. No, they beat New Orleans. They beat New Orleans.
They won in the play-in, and then they got
swept like 4 games by fucking.
That was last year.
It would have been the 1 seed, OKC.
No, they lost last year to Denver in the Western Conference Finals. They got swept.
Bring that shit up.
I'm googling this.
Jamie, pull that shit up.
Blue band.
Jamie's in the back. Yeah. So, but anyways, you see the politics of that. I think it's politics in there because if it wasn't, you wouldn't see this manifesting. They'd just be like, he just got to be like Jordan's son.
That's like the biggest criticism you could make of LeBron is that he's always playing the politics of everything. It's like, could you just like chill out a little bit? Like starting with the decision.
Yeah.
And you're like, can you just sign somewhere? You don't need to like
your guys are right.
Announce you're leaving Cleveland.
We know.
They lost in the first round.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
To Denver.
Okay.
We're here.
I was getting last year mixed up with a sweep, but yeah. It doesn't matter. They still barely won 1 game.
Exactly. But you know, what were you saying?
My bad. I had to drop in with some knowledge.
Since we were corrected over here.
Corrected myself.
Yeah, but you know, it's crazy.
LeBron's always playing politics.
He's always
including the decision, which was insane. If you're leaving your hometown, you can't like announce it on ESPN.
And don't come back.
Yeah, it was insane.
And then sit down like that. That was just weird.
I'm taking my talents to South Beach.
But you know, so then in the NBA, I've heard this thing where if you look at it right now, you got white people dominating the league. You know what I mean? And it's like
are they white though?
They're all immigrants.
Bro, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. They white, but hold on.
I'm just saying, we're not claiming them.
No. They're not claiming the white.
They're not Woods. They're not Woods. They're not Woods.
White people not claiming white people.
They're not Wood.
When they seen the fucking numbers go down, they start claiming the Irish. You remember that shit? It was like, you know what?
Is there like a Russian gang in jail than a white gang?
They're different.
Yeah, right. Yeah. See, exactly.
I mean, Luka looks like the dude from Schindler's List. He's not making.
So I hear this too. I hear this where if you look over the course of the years and why, you know, you have players like Jokic and Luka and that are great players now, because if you look at it, the way that the flopping, the way that the defense is played, the way it's played, you know, beyond the 3-point line, you know, the way they spread in the court a little bit, you know, is European style basketball. And they've been implementing this to be, you know, to draw those FIFA players over, because FIFA basketball is huge, or in Euro basketball is huge. You know, the Euro Cups, I watched that shit on a ship one day, and they was cooking, and it looked, you know, very comparable to NBA basketball. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of making it not just American basketball.
It's international.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. One of the most popular moves right now in the NBA is the Euro step.
It's called traveling.
Euro step. Exactly.
Traveling.
Exactly.
Yes. Traveling.
You know, so you got all of that. And that's the politics that keep that money machine.
It's about the money
moving, you know, because you even see it too. And now that my son plays soccer, I see that shit in soccer. You got, you know, what's the name coming over and playing for MLS?
Oh, Messi.
Messi coming over and playing for MLS to bring more attention to the game. You got the number 2, arguably the number 1, number 2 player playing right now coming to fucking the MLS
for Miami, I think he is.
Yeah, for Miami, but he didn't have to. Like, he could have still kept getting paid overseas, like top dollar.
Right.
You
and
know,
then
but
the other guy went to Saudi Arabia.
He needed a green card, though.
Huh?
He needed a green card.
Exactly, and he needed the American money and to be the face of that transition. Because now, dude, I went to the fucking black barbershop one time, and I looked around. There was more people with fucking soccer shit on than it was fucking basketball shit.
Sure they weren't Dominican?
They probably
were Cuban.
They probably was African too.
Cuban Dominicans.
He did have on thong sandals. It's very high. He was African or some shit like that. He did not have fucking lotion on them toes.
Oh, boy.
Put those dogs away.
I had so many comments running through my head. I was like, just trying to get canceled when this episode comes out.
Right. So,
but the LeBron stuff, though, you actually think he's going to play with his son wherever whoever drafts him?
Why not? Look, he's saying he has 1 year left, right?
At least 1 year.
He's saying 1 year left. Why not take a pay cut, go play with your son, and fucking enjoy your last year in that and doing something that nobody has ever done. Now, he do that, he's going to go down as probably the most, well, I don't know, popularity, because I ain't never heard nobody say like LeBron. You know what I mean? People still
But once
saying
he's gone, people will more.
Maybe.
People always hate on you when you're like at the top.
Yeah.
They'll appreciate him more.
I don't know. But I definitely, and then if you just look at people, stop comparison, he's definitely going to up himself by going out in that fashion. That is the dopest shit ever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I wish my son can fucking come to my job and work at the state and make no money with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that should be dope. Like,
he's giving us 20
just like right
years.
When I'm retiring, my son comes in and works for the state, and I'm like, I get to work with my fucking son.
Yeah, you'd love it. Exactly. He's giving us 20 years. Let him do whatever he wants. Like,
but the thing is, it's still about business. Is a team going to blow up their roster to bring LeBron and his son in? That's a contender too, because LeBron wants to win still.
Yeah, but he can go ahead and do the. Well,
I don't think it's like the most important
they're
thing.
They're not going to go to the Bobcats.
He wouldn't have gone to the Lakers if he was like so concerned with winning.
Or was it Charlotte? They're not going to go to the Charlotte Hornets and do this. They're going to go somewhere where they can still have a chance to be good and competitive. They're not going to go.
Go to Phoenix.
No, please.
That would ruin our team.
That would ruin our team.
Oh, it would. But no. I mean, ain't that what fucking Phoenix does?
Yeah, but we like losing the old-fashioned way, natural.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Phoenix has never had a team where they said, "Yeah, we can make it." Yeah, the reason
they were favored, like in the Nash years, 1 year to win it all.
They were. But then what happened? It was not
organically. We lost because Robert Horry pushed Steve Nash into the stands, and we got. Never mind. I don't want to relive this shit.
Yeah, you don't want to go to those.
I saw the trauma in Jorge's eyes. His voice quivered a little bit. He's like, I don't relive this.
I can't relive. Let's talk about me getting bullied as a kid. I don't want to talk about the Phoenix.
Let's talk about the time I got caught jerking off.
Yeah.
Look, all I gotta say is like
WNBA
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Michael Jordan discovering Phoenix, Arizona for black people in Chicago. So
really, what do you mean by that?
Oh, that's right.
You like
weren't even born yet.
Yeah.
90, what was it? 93. We played the Suns, right?
It's the year my trauma
Chicago
started.
played the Suns, and didn't nobody know in
the NBA
Chicago
Finals.
know about fucking Phoenix.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So Jordan discovered
Right. And
for
then
black
you're like,
people
oh,
in
this place is
Chicago.
pretty
So
great.
then that's why all the black
Now
people
we have
start
traffic.
moving.
Now we have
out
traffic.
Here. You know what I mean? Because if
Now we have
we would
traffic.
have lost, we wouldn't have fucking came to fucking Phoenix.
You know how
but
nice
we said
Phoenix would have
we
been?
own Phoenix. We own Phoenix. So
It's our,
You know how nice Phoenix would have been if the Suns would have won and all those Midwesterners didn't come out to Phoenix and
that's facts.
that's the year my trauma started. 93. Paxson 3-pointer. It's over.
You have to relive that for him. Yeah. Well, how many games were you guys up? Or what was it? What was
We
it?
were never up. We
I didn't
lost
think
4-2.
so. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
We lost the first 2 at home, and
Yes.
then we won one, the first one in Chicago. Then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Y'all should have had Tom Chambers on the team still.
He was like
That would've-
87 years old.
I don't give a fuck. Tom Chambers would have came out of retirement and helped y'all.
Mm-hmm.
When I lived in Arizona for like 6 months when I was a kid, like in 3rd grade, and it was crazy hearing people yell out Tom Chambers. Like that was
and he
y'all
lived in the West
motherfucking
Valley
guy.
too.
Really?
He
Yeah,
used to have a ranch out here before the
Pretty cool.
football stadium went up. He had like a ranch out there.
My
Nice.
son went to his basketball camp back in the day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was a money gouge.
Yeah, yeah. of
Wait,
course.
rich people like making money off poor people? Get out of here.
It was excellent.
That's the whole game? No way.
He did
Somebody run a whole presidential
politics
campaign
of
off
it.
that.
Yeah. They,
politics.
they kicked Jonte Porter out for betting. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Well, he's betting to lose on himself though.
Yeah, he was betting the unders. He was betting he'd get like less rebounds than they said he would get, and then checking out of the game early with like fake illnesses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
little.
Coach,
Yeah,
I gotta take
it's
a
not
shit.
cool. It's not a cool move.
If you're gonna bet on yourself, bet to win at least.
Yeah,
You know,
but I mean, like,
Pete Rose
you
style.
know, Karl Malone impregnated a 13-year-old, and he's in the Hall of Fame right now. So like,
That was wild, bro. And the
this
crazy shit
moral
about
grandstand
Did
is
you
a little
see-
crazy.
How old was Karl Malone? Because did you see the
He
pictures?
was in the league. He
He
must
was
have
like
been at
25
least
or
20
something.
to 20.
Well, was he in the league? I thought he was just going into the
Oh.
league or something like that.
He was
because
in
I
his
thought it was
20s, early
controversial when
20s.
he was going, huh?
He was in his early 20s.
Yeah, because he went to JUCO and then he went to the
But
college.
it happened
So
in Utah, so they were like, "Oh, it's okay."
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
but I
God's
don't.
plan.
I don't think he had went to the league yet because they was like they surprised he made it to the league. But I could be wrong. But the crazy thing about that, did you see his picture then?
Yeah.
That motherfucker was big as hell. Like he
Dude, that
was,
dude went to the
like,
NFL.
Dude, are you serious? Like you mess with this little kid?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, his son ended up in the NFL. It's crazy.
I mean,
His son don't got shit to do
It's
with
not
him
that
though,
crazy.
right?
Yeah, no, yeah, I wouldn't either.
wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, and he didn't have anything to do with his son ever. So like, that's why, really. I'm sure he'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not because, his, dad's a
after
pedophile
hearing
or
that,
whatever.
after hearing that about him, and then knowing he had a truck, I'm like, ooh, they're gonna find some shit about that dude later on.
Oh yeah,
He's
yeah.
country
Some
as
bodies.
fuck.
Hitting the road, and this motherfucker.
I'm sure he
been
does like
picking
hunting.
up prostitutes. For,
Like, just even listen back to the stories of the Dream Team era. Like, he wouldn't even get close to Magic Johnson because he thought he was going to catch AIDS.
yeah, that shit was crazy. He did say some
He
shit
would
like,
say-
I ain't fucking with that guy. I think he got AIDS, and he cut himself. I'm gonna get the AIDS.
I'm going to brush up against him, and my sweat's going to touch his sweat, and I'm going to get it like that. He would say some
Yeah.
stupid shit like
It's,
that.
yeah, it's not cool.
That shit was funny.
Sounds like he did a lot of not
back
cool
then-
shit.
Back then, didn't nobody know about that shit, so I don't think I would have wanted to either. That's just,
That was just the start of Karl Malone's.
that's wild. How come Magic Johnson don't promote like whatever the fuck he's taking?
That's a good point, huh?
Because he really doesn't have it. The government paid him off to be the spokesman for this shit. Took the payment and opened up businesses. Now he's richer than motherfucker.
Would you do that?
I'll do it in a
Yeah,
second.
hell yeah.
That's
Or wait,
wild.
fly a commercial from fucking the East Coast to West Coast all day
Yeah, whatever.
and
know.
play big
Did you
basketball.
tell people
or
you
be
had
rich.
AIDS for money?
Or just be rich.
Yeah. I mean, he was already rich, so like,
There's a difference between NBA rich and
And-
wealthy as fuck.
So you think he just took the said, you know what? I'm down to do that.
We need a spokesman who's like super famous to stop this stuff.
yeah.
You want to do it? We'll pay you $1 billion instead of making $3 million a year for the Lakers in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then now you can open business. He has Starbucks in every hood in America, and movie theater, car washes.
But then they got the shit.
First.
They got this shit now that you fucking can take a pill and shit, and you don't.
They got commercials for it.
So that's what I'm saying though. So how come he couldn't have had that shit like back in the day, and that's the only reason he fucking alive, and he's getting the best of the best technology. You know what I mean?
Maybe a lot of people had to die to keep Magic Johnson alive.
My thing is, why the fuck he ain't promoting that shit? And let's say he don't got it. Why wouldn't you promote that shit?
Exactly. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory.
How do
you get HIV and gain weight?
Snigger thicker than a snigger.
And his wife never left him.
E.J. Johnson thick. That's crazy.
And his wife never left him. How come his wife don't have it? None of his kids have it. Because he's just a spokesman for it, getting paid lots of money.
Yeah.
He ain't saying shit about it though. Like he just said, I got
quiet
AIDS.
about it.
He don't have to. They do it for him. He took the hit for it.
They said, well, after 95, you don't have to say anything about it
and
anymore.
Then, how funny is it that he did get this, and they still let him come back in the NBA for a little bit?
Did he?
Yeah.
He played with AIDS?
HIV positive.
Yep. Yeah. And then something happened. And then it was
he cut himself, remember?
Yeah, there was
he cut himself.
Right. I'm surprised they even kind of allowed it.
So, like, he cut himself on the court, like, just whatever. And then the doctor for the Lakers didn't even put on gloves to, like, fix him. And people were, like, fucking freaking out.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
that seems like not that unreasonable.
No, but you got to think about the time of this was happening.
Exactly.
This is 94, and people are freaking out about this stuff.
We have fucking whole, Eddie Murphy talking about that shit on comedy albums. That shit is wild. Like going back and listening to some of that shit.
Yeah,
like
Eddie was crazy as hell, dude. Yeah.
That shit was crazy, man.
Yeah. I mean,
what time we at? Oh, we at 30 round. Okay.
You want to put a button on this episode, Eric?
The NBA is really cool.
They're cool with a lot of things.
Yeah.
The WNBA is cool too,
and it seems like it's getting cooler.
Check out the Kelsey Plum photos on Twitter. That's a thing we got to do when we get out of here.
Yeah, that's your homework assignment.
And she's newly single, so that's another Lamar. That's another option. When you're in Vegas, go check out an Aces game.
Dude, okay. Do you think WNBA players are out there like picking up dudes like that? They go out after the game.
Like they can fly me out. This goes out to any woman out there. Fly me out. I don't give especially the taller the better. The taller the better. My kids are great. I got a D1 basketball player. Like I got some athletic genes.
I think, to be honest with you, I think they're picking out whoever they want, but they're probably like more athletic dudes, and the NBA guys more than anything else.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'm an option.
No, if they see you at the
Lamar
bar,
might be.
Yeah, if they don't see you if they see you at the bar in Vegas, they're like gonna you know what?
So you think they'll fly like somebody like Lil Wayne out? Because you gotta understand, this dude is short as fuck, like 5'4".
I think probably they're looking for dudes that are close to as tall as them.
Yeah, they're using Lil Wayne as a whole dildo. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, just stand up and eat my coochie.
Yeah, just sit there, motherfucker. I got it. You know.
That's fucking wow.
But yeah, check out the WNBA. It's really I enjoy it. I go to games.
No, I like.
I watch them on TV. I'm a huge Diana Taurasi fan.
I hope that it continues to grow. Yeah, I used to see Diana Taurasi at the Jamba Juice on Central all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Cool girl.
LeBron, top 3.
See you next time.
Peace.